Alright, gonna take a quick video of the truck now that I can actually have time to get out here during the day and look at it. So I have noticed a couple things. I mean, when we looked at it, it was dark. It's got a big scratch on here. Doesn't really bother me, if we're gonna be honest, because of where it's at. If you're looking at it from like a distance, you're not gonna see that. You have to be right on top of it because you have to look down to see it. This is a very tall truck too, so this is one thing Aiden quickly noticed while we were driving around yesterday. Every truck we pulled up next to, he'd look at it and go, "Ooh, we're bigger than that one. Oh, we're bigger than that one. We're bigger than that one." So that was kind of entertaining. But got some pretty good sized tires on here. I think those are 21-inch rims, I think. Still got some good tread on them. If I had to guess, these are probably original tires. I'm probably going to go have them rotated because I don't think it's this one. No, this one's good. The one on the other side over there has more wear on it than the others. And since this is a rear wheel drive, I want to put those up front and put the better ones in the back. Yeah, I like it. I mean, don't really have any real complaints. There's a few things I already want to do. I'm pretty sure this is faded over time because you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's starting to turn white, like the paint is coming off of this gas cap. I looked, these are actually really cheap. I can get them for like 20 bucks. So I think I'm going to replace that with a chrome one. One thing that really gets me is whoever cut this out did an absolutely terrible job. From what I saw online, whenever you buy these trucks, this plastic cap covers these holes and you have to cut these out. They don't cut them out for you. I think that's because there's, I don't know if you can see it, but there's these on the inside of the bed and it's got those loops there. So I think they just leave these covered because you really don't need them with those other holes there. But it has a spray-in bed liner. What I'm going to do, I found some things on Amazon that you put in there. I think they're called bull rings. And it's the one I want is chrome, and it's going to sit flat on here. And you pull the ring up whenever you want to use it, and that will cover up this terrible cut job they did on that. I want to put, eventually, not anytime soon, I want to put fender flares on it. They come in black when you buy them so that it'll match the truck automatically, but I think they're a flat black, so I'll probably have to have them painted anyway. Something else I'm going to do. Cool thing is the bed locks whenever the truck's locked. It's unlocked right now so I can open it. But this bed is very heavy. It's a lot heavier than the F-150s. I drive an F-150 every day at work, so I know this is a very heavy bed. And the thing is, I've already caught Aiden out here pulling on this, trying to open it. And if he ever gets, and it does open pretty easily, you don't have to pull on it that hard. So if he actually gets that when it's not locked, I'd knock the kid out. So what I'm going to do, I looked on Amazon, there's a bar or a hydraulic that you can get that goes on here. It's like 20 bucks, and it makes it to where it'll slowly lower itself. I mean, not super slow, but it doesn't slam. I mean, it goes pretty quick. I did notice a while ago when I was out here messing with it, this light is out. It's just missing 2 screws that go on the back of it. So that's an easy fix. I'll probably fix that later. This one's fine. I want to get a cap that goes on here. The ones I was looking at had the Dodge emblem, and they light up red when you hit the brakes. But I'm going to have to look around because the one I found, it was again $20, but it was not, didn't have the crisp lines in it. It was really, everything was rounded off. This, you know, the actual Dodge emblem has pretty straight lines, you know, it's got that edge there. That other one was all rounded. It's got a little dent here and there. This was on the Carfax. Someone rear-ended this truck, and that's all it did. I guess they didn't ever fix it. Actually, funny story, the Carfax said that happened in 2014. So someone had bought this truck and within just a couple months got rear-ended. So that's pretty funny. Luckily it didn't do any damage, obviously. So this is the tire that, this doesn't have quite as much tread as the rest of them. I mean, it's still usable, but it is getting there. Also, this truck does not have the window that opens in the back, which is actually a really good thing, because we looked at 3 trucks before this one. The first one was that 08 that my dad went with us, and after he left, we looked at the truck a little bit more. These seats, this lifts up. I can't lift it up because the car seats are strapped in. But underneath here, there's this part curves out, and there's a indentation in there where you can use for storage. And so on the other trucks, when you lift that up, it was full of water in all 3 of them. This is the only one we looked at that did not have water under it. And coincidentally, it happens to be the only one that does not have a window that opens. So that's very interesting. The first one was an 08, and the newest one we looked at was a 15. So all those year models in between that apparently all have that issue. The first dealer said that he believes that it was the dome or the cargo lights here that they start to leak. But this one's not leaking. It's a 2014. The 2015 with the window is leaking. All the rest of them had the opening window. They all leaked. So I think it's the window, not the light. But with this truck being black, I have a feeling it's going to be quite difficult to keep clean on the outside. All the little scratches are going to show up on it. I know that. Just from Melissa's car. I mean, it's just the problem with a black vehicle. Everything shows up on it. Every little bit of dust shows up on it. Every fingerprint shows up on it. But the cool thing is, I mean, I've never had a vehicle that had defrosters in the mirrors before. That's pretty neat. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing started. And my camera's about to be full on memory, so it might go off on me. That's going to be in town, so it's got 15 so far. Sounds good. The interior, this is like the medium interior package. It's got the screen. The better interior package has a bigger screen. It has a bigger screen over here. It also has, you know, you can get the leather seats. These are all cloths. I like that this is padded. I love that. I wish that the doors were padded as well. They're not. It's all hard plastic. Dash is hard plastic. That's not a huge big deal. I'm not willing to pay the extra $6 grand to get the upgraded interior. That's simply not worth it. I have looked. I can upgrade these seats and the back seats for about $700. And the package I was looking at, it would be as if the seats were leather out of the factory for $700 versus the couple thousand that you actually have to pay for a truck that has it. Difference is you got to pull the seats out and take the covers off of them, because these do come off. These are just covers that attach to the bottom underneath the seat. Pull those off and you got to put the new ones on. I might do that eventually. Won't be anytime soon. Actually, I would probably wait several years until these seats start to wear out and then do it. Seems to just make more sense. But, I mean, yeah, so far I love the truck. I got a bunch of crap piled up in there already. I'm thinking I'm going to get some floor mats because I do get quite muddy at work, trupping around outside. So at the very least, I need a rubber floor mat, at least for the driver's side. Because the Honda, whenever I went to clean those floor mats out of that Honda, I just stuck them in the bathtub and filled it full of water. And man, it was disgusting. That water in the bathtub just completely turned black. It's pretty crazy. As you can see, this one's got 58,000 miles on it. The others that we looked at Clay Coulee actually had less mileage. One of them was several $1,000s more. The other one was the same price. The one that was the same price actually had the bigger back seat. The back seat, you ended up with an extra 5 inches of foot space back here. But it had a lower quality interior package. It didn't have a screen here at all. And it was a god-awful baby shit green color on the exterior of the truck. It was terrible. Now, that truck did have also the hood scoops in the hood, which I really liked. But, like I said, it didn't have the stereo, so I would have ended up having to upgrade the stereo. It didn't have the reverse camera. And it was just hideous on the color. If it wasn't for the color, I probably would have went ahead and got it and just tried to talk them down on the price a little bit to compensate for the interior package not being as good. But mainly because the extra foot space for the kids would have been nice. But once they grow out of the car seats, they won't have any issues. I'm putting Aiden over there so that I can scoot this seat up when nobody else is with us. If Melissa's not with us, I can scoot that up. He'll have more foot room. But yeah. So far, I really don't have any complaints. Granted, I've only had it a few days. This is, I guess, day 3. There's no mirror on this side. That one has a mirror. There's no lights. And the one over there, it has a mirror, but there's no lights. The Honda has mirror with lights on both sides. You know, it's got these funny looking spots, which I've already looked up. If you had a moonroof, the controls would be here. I think this was for your garage door opener. I don't remember what this one was for. Something else was there too, but I don't remember what it's for. I don't know, maybe eventually I'll buy the garage door opener. This is just an insert, so I mean, you just pop that out and I could pop the garage door opener in there. That would be nice, but it's really, we can't park in the garage. That's my shop. Not to mention, I doubt very seriously that this truck will fit in the garage. Our garage is very narrow. The Honda barely fits in the garage, and it's quite a bit smaller than this truck. So, alright, well, I guess that's about it. Like I said, I want to do fender flares, replace the gas cap. Definitely doing this, because these are like 30 bucks. I think it's 50 for a set of 4. So, and that is pretty bad cut job. So, I'll definitely do that. Hood, maybe, eventually. Doubt it. It's possible, but I doubt it. It's really not worth the extra. I think that's like 600 bucks plus price to paint it. So, I doubt I would actually be willing to spend that kind of money just for something that looks a little bit better. If anybody's interested, the Honda's now for sale. I'm asking $1,500 for it. I had cleaned it up the other day, but it's already starting to get dirty again. I'll probably pull it up. I don't know, maybe tomorrow I might pull it up here and wash it a little bit better, get some pictures. I'm gonna mark on the window for sale. I got a buddy I used to work with at Goodwill that's gonna help me sell it. He used to do that a lot, buy and sell used cars. So I told him $1,500 is what I want for it. If he can get more, he can have whatever extra he can get for it. It does have some issues. It's as is. That was the whole reason for getting the truck. I needed a truck. And it just didn't make sense to spend the extra money to try to figure out what's wrong with the Honda. Instead, we just said, screw it. Go ahead and buy a truck, something new. You're going to have to jack with it for a while. The Honda's definitely drivable. I drive it. The issues that it's having, it's a starting issue. After you start it up, you drive for several miles. When you turn it off, it doesn't want to start up again. You can give it gas, and while it's, it starts shaking real bad, but once you get it moving, it'll stop shaking, drives normal. Everybody tells me, like, I've taken it to 2 shops now, they keep telling me it's the ignition coils. It's not the ignition coils, I don't think, because I replaced them 2 years ago and it didn't change anything with the issues. Granted, I bought Amazon ignition coils, $50 for a set of 6. AutoZone sells them $50 each. So, I mean, maybe I did get a pair of ignition coil, or a set of ignition coils that were shit. So could still be ignition coils, but like I said, I'm not jacking with it. I'm probably going to leave the stereo in it. It's got the sound system in it. I took the sub out. Sound system in it's worth about $700 is what I put into it. The rims, I mean, it had those rims when I got them, and they're pretty nice. Once you clean them up, when it's in the sun, they shine really well. They look practically new. There's no scratches on them. I mean, those rims are, when they were new, someone probably paid over $1,000 for those rims for the full set. So, I mean, it's got its perks. I love the leather interior. It's got some cracks in the driver's seat, but other than that, its interior is really good shape. Especially since it's, I mean, it's a 17-year-old vehicle. So, I got my spies. They're ready to go driving in the truck. Aiden was yelling at me earlier because he wanted to go driving in the truck. We're going to drive up to Mesquite and see my dad and stepmom here in just about an hour or two. So I'm going to go get some straps because we're getting a new bed for Temperance. So I want to be able to strap it down. I think it's got drawers.